I'm the USFI command historian. This is my third tour as a historian. I was here in 05-06 as a command historian for Multinational Corps Iraq. They brought me back in 2008-2009 again as the command historian for the Multinational Corps Iraq, and then they brought me back in May of this year as the USFI command historian. As a morale boost, I do guided tours of the palace and some of the other historical sites here on the base. Throughout this palace, you have Saddam's initials. They're out in front. On the top of every pillar, you've got Saddam's initials, but you'll see them here, you'll see them here, and they alternate all the way along here. Now, in case you're wondering, the ceiling tile there, it's molded alabaster, so it's molded, it's painted, and then it's hung up. It's not like the Sistine Chapel where you have workers on their back painting. No, they molded it, they painted it, and then they mounted it up. And on every major wall, door here, Al-Faw. That's the symbol for Al-Faw. But you'll see the 20 discs with the writing in it on the outside. That's Saddam writing about himself. And if you notice, you had the 2 rows of Saddam's initials. Then at the top, all the way around the chandelier, it's Allah Akbar. God is great. Now, as I mentioned, the palace, it's 450,000 square feet. It has 62 rooms, 29 bathrooms. This chair was given to Saddam Hussein by Yasser Arafat, chairman of the Palestinian Liberation Organization. The keffiyeh pattern is the one that Arafat always wore. And in the center, that's a representation of the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Once it was presented to Saddam, it was always kept here in this palace. Now the water, it's about 4.5 to 6 feet deep normally, but there are sections where it's over 8 feet deep. You'll notice at the top of the pillars, you've got Saddam's initials. When I first came up through the system and became an Army historian, you had to have worked in the field, had to have written on a subject, possess a master's degree in history, and be recommended. But now you can join a military history detachment and go through the training process. There's also a training process out of Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, where you are trained as a military historian and you get the designator 5X-ray, which is the designation for military historian. It's an additional skill identifier, and they welcome any MOS for the officers and for the enlisted. A lot of times they're public affairs. They're 46 Quebecs, 46 Romeos. But we've had 11 Charlies, 11 Mikes. We've had infantrymen, armor, public affairs, adjutant general. We've had finance. We've had armor. It runs the gamut, transportation corps. A lot of it just depends on what the individual wants to do and how motivated is he to become a historian and tell the Army story.